Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. So this reading is going to be for all of the chosen ones, okay? And specifically, if you come in alignment with this reading, you are definitely in a vibration as I am, okay? And you're probably guided to me for that reason, okay? As I know that I was very much guided to so many chosen ones recently, I asked to connect with my my soul family. I've went to God, to Source, to Divine, and I've said, you gotta help us here. It is so heavy here. It's so hard, having these gifts, having these abilities, and feeling like shut out, and people just not understanding the level that we're on, especially when you're surrounded by so much, like dark energies, and there were so many times like I would think I would figure stuff out and I'd find some sort of guidance that go in alignment with what I would feel, right? But then I would second guess it, and I would tell myself, am I self-sabotaging myself? I'm getting so many confirmations off of what I feel and even seeing things in the physical, and then it was like I'd see something else that would take me off track. Well, anyways, I guess what I'm getting at is that's probably not making sense. But I want to tell you guys that there's so much spell work that is going on, that our haters, the people that are trying to stop us from getting into our positions of power, that those spells were actually confusion spells. Anything having to do with the mind was very much getting to us. Because see, when they're sending stuff, now it's not going to affect us when we're of high vibration, but where it was getting us when we were at low vibration. So if we were giving it power because we were getting in low vibration until we got into high vibration and got out of it, where you could see the clarity and stuff. But then, even though because you were in that energy, and it kind of, even not being under the spell, it still left that wiggle room where you were like, okay, well, even though I've seen the clarity that is not true, in fact, but you were still kind of second guessing it. So then it's until I go get the confirmation that in fact, was what was leaving me confused, it still left a little bit of I wouldn't say doubt, but it took a little bit from my courage and strength, right? So I wanted to explain first about just how important it is that all of us chosen ones, whether we're uniting and coming together at this time, but that we are standing out, that we are doing what we feel guided to doing, because as chosen ones are connecting with each other, whether we realize it or not. So there's just so, I can't even explain to you just how much confirmations and assistance that I've been getting, that I've been coming across, messages that I've been finding that were even from months ago that just get brought to my attention, that my angels are going and pulling for me. I mean, videos are just auto playing for me, and I wouldn't know how to go find and pull a video off somebody's channel 6 months, a year ago. I don't have the patience to go scrolling, and I don't like to go looking for information. I like it when it's brought to me. So I guess this is for all of my readers out there, my tarot readers, or I've been getting a lot of beautiful readers that have prophetic messages that are coming through. Even though you may put a reading out there and you're what was I just channeling? That was just an off the wall story. Should I upload this or not? Upload it, because it is a message for somebody, all right? And you got that connection because somebody needed it, all right? And like I said, if you've been thinking about maybe taking down videos from a year ago or something like that, because you've gotten a lot better now, you feel, and though your videos are more put together, or nobody hasn't really maybe looked at that reading, it doesn't have a lot of views or things like that, leave it, okay? You are so connected with the divine and spirit and God and Source that that was channeled from them, right? That's you doing your purpose, you serving your purpose, right? And, that is going to be used for more times to come because as chosen ones kind of go through a lot of this stuff first, and we're setting the paths, right? And then we're going to be rising up so much that a lot of people are then going to be looking into a lot of our stuff, and they're going to be finding the guidance and things like that. So I want to tell you guys just that, how beautiful it is that this shift is happening right now with the collective, okay? I feel it's a lot of the chosen ones, right? As we're going to be uniting and coming together first, and that's kind of how it goes, right? Because all the 5D, everybody that's open to this 5D energy is going to be coming together like magnets, and everybody that's in the 4D or still in the 3D, have not started to ascend yet. They're going to be getting kind of pushed and pulled away because these energies, that's how world works, right? Of the laws of attraction, the energetic frequencies. So, there's so many of us that, are going to be coming together, but we're uniting, coming together, and helping each other at this time. So all of those quick little premonitions and visions and things like that you've had, I know I have, because it's heightened psychic abilities and gifts when you're up in that 5D, are going to be coming about. You're going to be getting, you're going to get like new opportunities to step into these dreams and these passions and these wish fulfillments, because that's what it's about. So many of us are delivering our gifts through our passions, through, our talents, Each of us have a unique gift, right? And, a little bit of your gift could inspire another chosen one to pursue theirs, or, make some sort of adjustment, or maybe you're supposed to come together, right? Merge together. So, I am super excited. I was going to say, I'm getting a message here that, so there are, I say there's definitely 3, maybe 4. I'm connecting with so many chosen ones, but see, I have a very important, creative project, we're going to say, that I am pursuing, okay? And I can't explain everything in this reading, right? Because of, the ones that are not supposed to get this transmission. But for these 3 chosen ones, I've already been connecting with you, and it because we can feel this this energy, which is very beautiful. And I want to tell you that this is definitely, to me, this is like a confirmation for you, because I know even though you know it and you feel it, you are kind of second guessing it, maybe like I am, when you're around these energies, right? Because see, we're breaking free from these confusion spells and things like that, and kind of it's also like the smoke and mirrors, gosh, the stuff's getting in our food and in our electronics and all of that stuff, right? So don't second guess if you're ready, if this is time, if you're really supposed to do this, because for a lot of us it's like stepping out into the unknown, taking that full energy, that leap of faith, because it's like you're really risking things. I get it. But it's like, this is where we have that faith, right? And that it's definitely, it's time, right? Okay, so if you come across this reading and you've been feeling my energy, I've been reaching out to you, this is confirmation that you are part of this creative project, and it's time, let's go. So we'll definitely be communicating and getting together more on this, but I'm not even sure how many souls are involved in this, because all of us collectively are coming together and shining out, but so many of us are shining out in different creative pursuits, right? A lot of us have these different talents, things like that. There's just so many. It's just there's so many people that have been writing books, right, with their downloads, with their life experiences, whatever it may be. So if you're coming across this reading and you have a passion project that you've been working on, or a talent or a skill or something that you're passionate about, but you've been questioning whether or not to launch it or publish it or let it be shown, or to start up a YouTube channel, because it's endless, it's infinity, right? It's just like a YouTube. You can create whatever content you want. You can find your own niche or whatever. You don't have to find a certain niche, whatever. Don't look at the subscribers. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody, because I know at 1010 on the clock confirmation, because for a while I was like, I didn't understand why, like, I was having trouble, like, because I even, like, was getting the software to find, what was trending. I did all my research, on how to build this channel, put it together, how to do all these different things, right? And I'm like, it's still not growing. Like, what is going on? And then I was getting the downloads too, that I was kind of being hidden in plain sight, because a lot of the energies that I was tapping into, a lot of the messages that I was getting was for all of you, was for the collective, right? For my chosen ones, right? So at this time, when I was starting to channel all this information, it's been 2 years now. I've been working on all of this, right? And like every day I would hear them say, don't give up, keep going, you're on point, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, right? And I'd go to them sometimes like, well, it sure doesn't look like it. I mean, I know I'm advancing myself. So then I was starting to realize that, what? This is like me going through like an initiation, right? This is like me proving myself, right? Because you definitely have to prove yourself. And sometimes it's for you. Sometimes that you go through all of this because you have to prove that you're good enough. You have to get to where you've got that courage and strength to know that, yes, the content that I'm creating, the music that I'm writing, the book, and like, how many of you are like rewatching the stuff that you're creating or rereading the book that you're writing, and you go through several different times of that, and you're telling yourself, I'm not ready yet. Well, this is my confirmation to let you know that this is your time. And it's not that you had like fear that was holding you back. So, I mean, some of you may, but what I mean is, don't think that you missed your opportunity before, because you didn't. It was supposed to come out at this time. And why I say that is because I told you that for this big shift, right? It's meant for everything to be getting like released at this time, because it is going to create such a massive impact on the world to just see like a chain reaction magnetically, all of these things coming about. And it's going to be so profound that people are just going to know that, oh my God, like this is out of our world. This is something that this world has never seen before. This world has never seen things rapidly advance and be released in such, like, I can't even explain it. It's so different, because it's all of us chosen ones that have these very unique talents and gifts and ideas that we've been holding on to that nobody's ever done before. So when it gets released and people see it, it's going to draw a lot of attention because it's something new, right? And for some of you, like, it could be an invention or something like that. But the fact that it's going to be coming out all over the world at the same time, it's going to be like, oh my God, like, people are going to be like, this is a change. Everybody's going to start to see, like, they're going to know, like, this was God, divine source. It's changing, it's shifting, and it's just dramatically going to put a pull on this world, on the collective, to shift and with the ascension. So you see, everything that you guys have been building, even though you've had that energy, and maybe some of it was your guides, your ancestors, or spirit, or God, or source, whoever you prayed to, right? Or whoever you talked to, whoever your beliefs, right? Is that it could have been them telling you, not yet, not yet, not yet. Like, for the longest time, like, I always told myself, like, a lot of times when I'd be pursuing things and I'd be singing, I'd add, just wait to it. And I don't know why, like, it's stuck, where I'd be like, just wait, like, because I knew that I had to wait for something. I couldn't tell you what it was or why I kept saying, like, just wait, Just wait. I don't know if it was my way of like telling myself like it's going to get better. Dreams like because a lot of these dreams and passions that I've had them since I was a child. And I've kept them to myself, and I haven't let anybody know about them because I didn't want people to take that dream from me, right? Tell me I couldn't do that, you know? So, guys, this is the time. I can't confirm that enough to you, right? You already know that you're ready. And if you don't, this is confirmation that you are, okay? Because guess what? The shift has already started. Equinox, balancing the scales, halfway through this year of Age of Aquarius, right? It's time now. So, so many of us have raised our vibration, and it's all of us chosen ones. Like, this is our time, because I told you the chosen ones are coming into this 5D energy. I mean, we all might be in this 5D right now. I don't even know. All I know is that one of my talents, and I guess not even a talent, one of my missions, is to help unite all of the Lightworkers, Starseeds, Chosen Ones, all of you gifted souls. And if you've been following my channel for a while, I've been telling you that. And if you're one of my subscribers, then you already are, because I have been building this for 2 years. And I had the intentions then that I was going to be launching this channel for the chosen ones. But then you might have seen down my path, I was trying to find ways to connect with more souls, and because I was trying to light work, and I'm like, I want my stuff to get seen. I want to help people. So I was trying to switch to tarot. But you know what? I've been watching my subscribers drop and get more and drop. And I would get a little bit discouraged, but I'd be like, why am I dropping subscribers? I'm like, well, I don't like my content anymore. And I'm like, but you know what? Then they're not getting the love and the vibration. They're not meant to get the messages, right? Those are people that were just looking for me for a tarot or for fortune or, things like that. So if you're second guessing yourself, like, why have I lost my supporters or my subscribers or whatever it may be, is part of a purpose, because those people are not in alignment with you. So definitely, chosen ones, you are getting aligned. You are being put into your position of power. The time is now. If you're holding, I guess I should say, if you have that fear, then you're not in the 5D energy, because that's fear and that's a low vibration, and that might be why you feel as though you can't go with your creative project, you can't launch this, you can't do this. So that's you. Don't get discouraged. It's totally fine. Just go look at my readings, okay? The last couple I've done with the shift to 5D. And know this just happened. It's happening now, right? So this 5D shift, and I get it. I was getting pulled back and forth for quite some time. I've been working with this. I don't even want to say how long it's taken me, because I don't want to discourage anybody, because everybody's situation is different depending on how much toxic or negative energy you have in your environment. Because I had so many triggers to constantly keep pulling me out of it. And a big part is that I was struggling with was having my own personal boundaries. I had a karmic lesson that I was a people pleaser. So because I was a people pleaser, I constantly was giving my energy away. So because I was doing that, every time I was lowering my vibration, so it allowed me to get off track, right? So I'll go ahead and tell you guys, it was at least 6 months. Okay, 6 months when I knew how good it felt to be in this extremely high energy, and how when something would take me off course, it would pull me out of it. I would know, oh gosh, they pulled me down. Now I've got to start over again. And I was getting more and more discouraged, because when I would know that, I was working so hard at staying positive, and when I would be all right, I'm up to a couple days or a week, and then when I would get pulled down, I would be oh great, now I've got to go another, at least a week and longer until things start to change, because I was really trying to get into that. I knew that instant manifestation. I knew that the doors were going to open up like magnets, and boom, 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 that extended, accelerated advancements of gifts, of all of that. And I've had this big dream and mission and passion project I've been trying to create. And I knew until I got into that vibration that it wasn't time, because I knew they told me, you got to wait till you're ready. And I knew waiting till I was ready was waiting till I was in this 5D energy, right? But like I said, my mission's different. My mission is to help lead you guys, get you guys together. And what I'm I'm working on, and with the chosen, with the who's going to be doing this creative project with me, right? That it had to be this time, right? Okay, so what I want to tell you is that, so I don't know how long you're going to be. That's when you're in the 4D energy. You're in the 4D when you're going back and forth between the 3D and the 5D. You're dipping into it because things from the 3D are pulling you down. So if you have something that you're envious of, or you get scared, or you get worried, or you get, that pulls you out of it, pulls you down. Once you're fully in the 5D, you don't get pulled out of it anymore. So you have to impose boundaries and have restrictions and pulling your energy back and removing things. And I get it. Sometimes you can't. I'm going to tell you guys right now, some of the triggers and the things that I had were in my own home, in my own family. Right? I've been having spell work put against me. I've had too many people in my energy from too many trauma bonds and too many cords because of relationships, because I decided to have children before getting married and all of that. So clearly, I was doing energy exchanges, and I created these soul ties to karmic energies, right? So I inherited all of, their, like, if they had done anything bad, had any karmic soul ties to them, I inherited those. They kind of went right to me. So I've been having to really, be slaying all of these demonic forces, getting them out of my life, pulling the energy level, doing so much internal healing and work, along with trying to rise up and keep my vibration high and elevated, right? So, for some of you, it's just like these karmic soul ties. So for some of you, it's like you definitely got to release everything from the past, right? You got to let things go, and you got to clear the energy out, right? Because sometimes these things are triggers for you. If you have an item, here's a big one for you. When I got out of a last relationship with my last karmic relationship, we had a child together, so we were sharing a home, car. I gave up my car, signed it over to get, the new family vehicle and all of that. Then I was staying in the home that, he signed the lease. I was fulfilling the lease and figuring out everything. And, I was trying so hard to work and get out of this. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I not getting out? I'm like, well, all these things that, even though, he completely walked away, I knew that every time I got in that car, or every time I walked in my house, or every time I turned on my TV, that he had left for me and stuff, I was feeling his energy. I was feeling a tie. It was causing me heartache, because it's hurtful when you let people go, even if they are karmic, because a lot of times karmic relationships, guys, they are very much soulmates. You guys have had past lives together. You just came here saying, we're going to teach each other these lessons, right? And when you learn those lessons, it's time to let go. And often it's one person that learns first, and it takes them leaving to trigger the other to learn their lesson, right? But they're very important. They have to play their role, because then you go to the next relationship, next vibration. But like I said, you can still kind of hold on to all of that debris and all of that. If they had wounds, which they probably did, because if you've had multiple relationships, and tell you right now, you've had karmic relationships. And it's because it's meant to teach a karmic lesson. It doesn't really mean that, it's going to be an abusive. For some of you, it could be, but they're not all like that. Sometimes it's just to teach you empowerment. I told you, one of my biggest things was to not be a people pleaser, right? So I always would say yes, and always give in. And I get it because I'm an earth angel, so I'm in such a loving vibration. I see everybody as having that love, and I want everybody to stay that. So even if someone is acts out, I'm like, oh, they're just having a bad day. They need healing. They need a second chance. I don't, I don't always see things, right? So, I had to create boundaries for myself and all of that. So, even though I'd had multiple karmic relationships, I'd say I can't even say my last one, but because it wasn't. When I thought it was, it still wasn't, because there was still something I was missing. But so, back to the one or to let go of the car and all of that, is that got me empowered, and I realized that I was in a codependent, energy where I was relying on others for support, right? And validation and stuff. So then I knew that, okay, well, I need to let go of this. I need to get empowered. I need to find a way to get my own vehicle, to get my own home. And then I was also told that another thing I needed to learn was I have to allow to receive. I have to allow gifts. I have to allow people to help me, because that's what the laws of attraction. You have to give. When you give, you have to be able to receive, right? So you can get the flow of things going by releasing, letting go, and it's going to then flow things in towards you. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a lot of different things channeled here. If you realize that things are triggers for you, you need to let them go. All right. So if you have items in your home that are from your exes that you're thinking about them, you're doing this, like, you need to let those go. Right. You just might need to impose boundaries, because sometimes you fully can't pull your energy back, like especially if you have children together, things like that. You can pull your energy back. I went through the whole court system and everything. I got in trouble for not being as compliant, because I knew that my children's fathers were toxic, and I knew that every time I talked to them, it was affecting my vibrational frequency. I was getting angry and mad and all upset and things like that. So I pulled my energy back. I'm like, well, I'm not going to talk to them or communicate with them. The children are old enough. There's a home phone. They can call and talk to their children. I never blocked them from doing that. They always had open lines of communication and things like that. And I even told my children, you're free to talk, whenever you want, because that's your father. And even though I feel a certain way, I said, that's me, that's not you. And you need to make those decisions for yourself. So I don't ever want to be a block, because people can change. And if they're going to be loving and caring and kind and compassionate, and, why not? Let as many people in the light, it's not up to you. So I let them do it. But then it was I felt so empowered, right? Because I was creating a boundary. Right? I was standing up for protecting my energy. And because I was like, there's no reason that we need to be the middleman here, right? Because, everybody's situation is going to be different, because my children's fathers are very distant in their life. They're not there every day. So, when they're calling out of the blue and want to talk and see them or whatever, it's not like they're every day in their lives co-parenting and things like that. But guys, so everybody's situation may be different. Maybe you have a parent, you're co-parenting, and you're going every other weekend or things like that, and you're having to communicate for school and sports, things like that. You just need to find other ways to do it, like imposing boundaries, maybe say well, we can discuss the children up until 5 p.m. each day, and that's it. You don't get the evening time, you don't get this. So you can kind of you structure it so it's not open, anytime they can call and communicate with you. And say over the weekends, I would say, we don't discuss anything at all over the weekends regarding school, doctor appointment, any of that stuff, because the weekend is for family time and fun, things like that. So you could be imposing those sort of restrictions, and that's going to give you empowerment too. And then know just to cleanse your energy, after, because if you feel that they pull your energies, just replenish it back. And how you replenish it back is being grateful and thankful, right? To start running off things that you're grateful and thankful for, and raise your elevation. Go give yourself a shout. Go do something for yourself, buy yourself a gift or something like that. I'm not even playing. Give yourself some self-love. Just start flipping it. There's many times, I'm not going to lie, where I would have one of my boyfriends or my current boyfriend upset me and do something and really bring me down. And I would say, okay, well, after you go off to work or whatever, I would go look and get myself a tarot deck or something towards my business. Could be, okay, well, I'm not going to let you ruin my whole night of my spiritual work. So thank you. You just got me a new present, and you give something, and it's cute. After amount of time, it'd be cute. Sometimes when you get upset me or whatever, it'd be, later on when you get home, I'll be all happy and everything. So which deck did I get you tonight? It's stuff like that. And, I'm not saying go crazy with that. I just get little things here and there, whatever. But whatever you have to do to raise your vibration, pour that self-love into yourself. Now, of course, if it was times that like I was like imposing an argument or part of it, you know, I wouldn't be selfish to be, okay, well, I get a gift tonight. You know, it was something like if I knew that it was something that I didn't do or whatever. But like, I mean, like, if there's someone putting your back, you got to find ways to flip that energy level up, right? You're in control of your own soul, your own energetic frequency and vibration. And it's up to you to protect it. It's up to you to heal it, right? So if you have any blockages, you got to release them. Like, I'm very much talking to like a mom, right? So if that's not for you, you don't have kids, you know, I mean, maybe you can give this guidance to somebody that does. Maybe you have a sister or a brother that has kids that's going through this. So maybe you can give these messages to them. You're hearing it for a reason, right? So, okay, where was I going? What message did they give me? Hold on. Something about the kids. All right, I think I lost it. That's why, like, when all of us channel, we try to be very fast with it and come out, because sometimes there's like so much stuff and we don't want to miss it. Like, I'm sure it'll come back. All right, but it was something about like, it was about releasing. Oh, okay, yep. See, I got it. Thank you. They brought it back for me. All right, so it's when people that have hurt you, like these exes, these karmics, like I said, for one, you need to know that you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't have gotten that empowerment, that strength. You wouldn't have learned an important lesson that you needed to learn without them. So you could thank them for that, you know, for giving that empowerment, that strength and courage, and that can help you forgive, you know, some of them. For others of them, it's like you just simply need to know that they were broken. They had a life lesson, you know. They had some karma that they were going through. And how do you know that they didn't have some sort of curse against them or spell work done? Because a lot of these curses and these spell works, as chosen ones are here, we're breaking up from within bloodlines, right? And we don't always clear them out from within our own. Sometimes we have to connect with certain souls because we're healing them, to heal that karma within their bloodline, within their family. So little do you know that some of you're saving their whole entire family just by you being involved with them. And a lot of times it doesn't get realized right away. A lot of times it takes a while before sometimes you realize that you've healed from something, you've changed, right? So give yourself that empowerment, that feeling, you know, release it with love and light. You were in alignment with certain people for a reason. So my chosen ones, you guys, you don't even know the amount of healing that you have already been doing on this planet. You don't even know. We're carriers of the light. We carry the light from within. So everywhere we go, we're already raising the vibration. When we start to step into these passions and these talents, that is really what was supposed to protect us and safeguard us. And I didn't know that. I missed that. That fear did that. That's why our angels and our ancestors are going like so like I don't know how to explain it. Like, they've been giving us messages and signs and we haven't been seeing them. So it's been like, really, like, why can't we get through to them? Like, here's more. We need more. Come on. Let's help them. Let's give them more. They're kind of not panicking, but just like, oh my gosh, like, it's more like you've increased so many. They've actually been sending in higher vibrational, more like ascended masters, right? And goddesses, because it's like some of just like your ancestors, your past loved ones, they couldn't get through to you. They could leave you just so many messages and you still not see it because you were so blocked. It was like your blinders on. So they were like going to God's source, like, hey, I can't get through to them. Like, they blocked. The stuff's so heavy down there. We need higher, right? And it's like, so they've been calling in these high vibrational. I mean, some of you, like, you're directly getting signs from like, oh my gosh, like Jesus, like just direct connection with God, like stuff's coming in, like it is so profound. Also, all dimensions have been coming in. Spirit animals, guides have been coming in, blocking stuff out. The dragon realms have been slaying off a lot of these demons from around you. You don't even know all of these things that they've been doing because so much stuff has been sent towards these chosen ones and attracting, but it's like it's all getting blocked out. The only thing they were not able to block fully is our mind. The mind. Because we have free will, the mind, that is where the devil's been getting into our mind and controlling it. And that's the only way you can give these spells power, is if you let it give you power. So right now, everybody needs to say, no weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. You need to say that. You need to know that if you're in a low vibration, something came through, release it. If you acknowledge that you don't feel of this high vibration energy, there's something that came to you, right? You got something in your surroundings, something did it, but it brought it to your attention for you to clear it out, right? For you to then raise your vibration back up. So you guys don't even know, like, people have been wishing, like, things against you, like they're doing spells, confusion spells with your mind. Some of them have been like trying to steal your energy, your light, trying to do like beauty spells, things like that to try to bring down your self-confidence and your courage. None of that's been working, but instead it's been going back to them multiplied. They're going to learn, and a lot of them, they're starting to learn right now. If you guys are catching this in Libra season, because that's when all this karma is coming in. It has to do with planetary alignment and all of that. All these planets, all of them are getting their karma right now. So a lot of that stuff is going to be stopping because, sorry guys, I'm moving around too much. My light's all over. So a lot of them are in fact starting to realize, like, whoa, what I wished upon them is happening to me. And some of you, like, it's happening in front of you. I physically seen it firsthand with one of mine. When I seen it happen right in front of them, they got a car, like, I knew that it was something they imposed upon me. And I watched it happen to them, and I was just like, I didn't even, like, know what to say because I was like, I was just like, source, like, I know that was karma, but it was more like, did I need to see it? But see, now I get it. It was one of my guides, like, they wanted me to see it and know it to try to show me that this is the person that's doing spell work on you. This is the person that wished this upon you, right? And I missed it. But it's like, no, I don't really want to see the karma. But for some of you, it's like it's going to give you some sort of realization. So it's going to bring something to the attention for some of you when you're seeing some of these people receive their karma, right? Okay. And sometimes too, it's for them. It's to give them that validation, because when this stuff happens in front of them, if it's in front of you, it lets them know this just happened to you because you mess with my chosen one. Do it again. It's going to be multiplied by however strong the intention was you had it towards them, but multiplied at that level and whatever God's force is behind that. So it's going to get them to stop it, right? So I guess the sun is showing out, so it's starting to get to my lighting here. So I'm going to have to rearrange things. There, I got it. So guys, like, yeah. Karma season's definitely here. Libra season, scales are balancing out. This huge shift, the great awakening is happening now. Us chosen ones are starting to shine out, shine up, come together. So if you have a creative pursuit, a passion project, something that you have been waiting to launch, you need to launch it now. And if you're still holding on to fear or worry or anxiety, then that means you need to go look at my readings below about how to shift in this 5D. I did a little bit of what I did, right? And even though you might not feel you're fully in it, but you can start to feel that you're getting into it, the 5D energy, you can still start to launch it then. Because, working on it, it's going to empower you to keep you in that 5D energy, right? But here's what I have to say for you with the message, though, I just got. We move in silence, right? Because we want to make that big, we want that wow factor, okay? So do this independently. Like, I don't want to use that word, 'cause some of you have to come to collaboration. What I mean is that don't go telling everybody your plans. Just go do it. It's like, say you're going to publish a book and all this. Say your family knows you've been working on a book for years, whatever. Don't tell them that I'm going to go publish my book. It's time and talk it up. No, just go do it. And then all of a sudden, just let it happen. Then when it comes out, it's going to be like, what, Mom, you published your book? Like, oh my God. And then, it's going to draw so much more attention and everything. And you just say it's, God's plan. It's on God's timing, and things like that. So just keep that empowerment. And that way nobody can try to bring anything down, right? Because sometimes the devil knows how to get into our family members and our friends, people that we connect with, right? And they might try to send that fear and say things like, are you sure you're ready? Or we don't have the money, or something like that, right? So, no. So just go and do it. This is too where you're going to get that empowerment from within for the 5D shift in being in this 5D Christ consciousness, because it's where you realize that you're living life for you, no one else. So no one else's opinion matters. You don't need anybody's validation other than your own, because it's your life. It's your life. It's your mission, your passion project. It's yours. So by not telling people what you're going to do and just doing it, you're getting that empowered feeling. So that's going to empower you, right? Like I said, so if you want to check out my rings below, where I talk about, like what I was doing and how I noticed the triggers that were pulling me down. I've got a couple of them together. Any of my readings where I talk about the equinox and after, because I've been going back and forth into the 4D and the 5D, and I fully got into it with the equinox. Like I haven't slept much even since, because the energies were still coming through, I think, through the 24th. But so much like DNA activation and excitement and energy has been coming through. And then I ran off the moon, so I get the intense energy from the moon too. So 41, 44, I just seen that on the clock. So yeah, definitely, guys, your guidance is reading for a reason. So know that. Subscribe to my channel, as you're very much a chosen one, as I am. We're coming together, we're uniting. So definitely subscribe. Like the video, claims the energy. It's going to help it circulate and help other chosen ones find it. And it's also sending love and light out into the universe. And it's saying thank you to God, divine, and source, because these messages that I channel and come through are directly from there. All right, guys, love and light to you all, and definitely check out more readings. I pulled all these cards. I don't know if you can see them, but I still got some tarot cards that I was going to do for these equinox readings, which is very cute. The light and the dark, the tarot of oppositions, the Luna Soul tarot, right? So I definitely am going to get into this new moon energy along with the equinox energy and see what messages I got coming across. All right, guys, love you.